The following programme is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. The corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Press conference live on DAZN.
Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a special set of kick-off press conferences for Matchroom as we look ahead to their upcoming schedule live on DAZN. 3 shows to preview today: Monte Carlo on December the 6th, the Indigo on December the 17th, and Accra, Ghana on December the 20th. Yes, Jamie Ward here alongside me as always, former IBF World Middleweight Champion, Mr. Darren Barker. Darren, massive week. Massive fight week. Obviously, we're here to talk about 3 big shows coming your way on DAZN. Busy room here. Peter Mcgrail in the house as well. We'll be talking about him in just a moment. But for you, Bank Ben, in terms of fight week feeling, I bet you're living the dream, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we live for as boxing fans, a rematch of this magnitude where you know it's going to deliver. This is round 13, so yeah, the week's going to grow. And there's going to be more buzz around this fight, but yeah, what a schedule we've got coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Join us for the grand arrivals later on tonight at 6 p.m. But as I say, 3 shows to preview here. A return to Monte Carlo, always one we look forward to, aside from you, obviously, on your yacht, eating your caviar, in your tuxedo. I'm just watching on and waving at you normally from off board from the ship, I should say, but it's always a special experience.
Ah, proper. It's one of the dates we look forward to most on the calendar. And what a card, by the way. What a card. Probably the best, you could say, we've had at Monte Carlo. So, yeah, really looking forward to that one.
Well, let's give you a little reminder, actually, of what is coming your way on December 6th, then, from Monte Carlo. As Darren said, what a card it is.
Look
Main
at
event,
this.
the rescheduled clash between Shabazz Masoud and Peter Mcgrail. It's taken us a while to get here, but we finally see that one. Big fight in the super bantamweight division, European title on the line. Also, do not blink in this one. Beatrice Ferreira makes the 4th defence of her IBF World Lightweight title. 2-time Olympic medalist, of course, against Elif Turhan, the Golden Turk, who is 11-0 with 7 knockouts.
What a fight. Do not blink. This one is carnage.
Johnny Fisher, as well, returns to action after that rematch loss against Dave Allen earlier this year. First fight under trainer Tony Sims. And what a fight this is as well, by the way. Conor Walker faces Pat McCormack, the big acid test so far for Olympic silver medalist Pat McCormack, against the rough and rugged wolf in Conor Walker. And also in action, Sean McComb faces Monte Carlo's unbeaten Hugo Micallef. OK, well, let's hear from some of the fighters taking part then on December 6th in Monte Carlo. Your first of 3 press conferences here this afternoon. Over to you, promoter Eddie Hearn.
Thanks, gents, and welcome to London. And what a time for fight fans. Of course, this week, a close 70,000 people will attend just another British fight spectacular. The rematch, number 2, which is effectively Eubank Ben 4, this Saturday, live on DAZN from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But so much going on. I've never seen a schedule before to close out a year. And we wanted to bring everybody together for 3 show announcements today as we go into a crazy finish to the year. Of course, this Saturday, Ben Eubank. Next Saturday, of course, we're off to, I think, one of the best ring cards we've ever seen in Riyadh. A tremendous night for the Ring of Fire. The week after that, the return of Ben Whittaker, first time on DAZN and with Matchroom as well. And then Monaco, the best card we've ever seen top to bottom, December the 6th at the fantastic Salle d'Etoile in Monaco. Then we're off to Stockton in California for a wonderful night of boxing. Pacheco against Saggio, Joe Caldina against Flores, much more as well. December the 20th, which we'll discuss soon as well. 17,000 people in Ghana for our first ever African show, which we can't wait for. And then we move to the Night of the Samurai back in Riyadh with Naya Inoue on December the 27th. Christmas is cancelled, but it's great Christmas for fight fans. As we start now, we talk about that Monaco show, December 6th. And like I said, top to bottom, by far the best card we have ever seen in Monaco. The team have done a great job to put it together, and we're going to talk to everybody up here now. Before we do, we're going to pass over to Alfie from DAZN, who, of course, will talk about many things, but most importantly right now, Alfie, you must be absolutely buzzing for the schedule you have to close out 2025.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. And yeah, the schedule you just described is, I think, one of the best that we've seen in a very, very long time. It's been a great week for DAZN. We announced our ultimate plan last week, which is just another step to make boxing more accessible, more affordable for fight fans all over the world. A minimum of 12 pay-per-views included as part of that plan, as well as the amazing subscription shows that Eddie's just rattled through. In the last few weeks as well, we're forgetting that we had Jaron Ennis, Dave Allen obviously participating, all part of your DAZN subscription. George Liddard in a great show at York Hall as well. And then obviously the next 2 weeks. I think it demonstrates where we are in the world of boxing at the moment, that we're announcing 3 shows on a Tuesday of one of the biggest fights of the year in the UK again, Eubank Ben 2 this Saturday on DAZN, and then as Eddie mentioned, the Night of the Champions next week in Riyadh, which also is live exclusively on DAZN. All available at no extra cost as part of your ultimate plan. So head over to DAZN, explore the plans. Still available for people who aren't quite ready to commit, standalone basis. But listen, I'm a fight fan and I'm extremely excited to be standing up here with, or sitting up here, should I say, with all these very talented fighters working our way through some amazing cards to close the year. And obviously Moses Atalma announced earlier this week, so one of the most exciting heavyweights in British boxing, along with someone else in the room here, Leo Atang. So very exciting for us. We look forward to seeing you, as many of you on our platform closing the year. But yeah, back to you, Eddie. Thank you.
Thanks, Alfie. Just a couple of people who aren't here today. Conor Walker, who's fighting Pat McCormack, is at a funeral today. And obviously our women's championship fight, 2 international fighters. I have to say, I think it's one of the best fights in female boxing. Beatrice Ferreira, the IBF world champion, will fight Elif Turhan in just an unbelievable female fight card, world championship bout for this card. Let's go to Sean McComb. Sean, I mean, I can't quite believe this fight is happening. For those who don't know, Sean McComb is fighting Hugo Mcgrail from Monaco. He's the prince, they call him out there, the Monaco prince. I can't believe they've chosen you, because you are a nightmare for any 140-pounder out there. But what an opportunity for you. I know you've been itching to get back in these big nights. Of course, a great performance against Barboza. I was there. You won that fight. But now a massive chance for you on a big platform to find your way back in the world rankings.
Yeah, like you said, I'm very surprised he asked for the fight as well. And when Otto called me, my manager, I was sort of half, didn't believe it. And then obviously we got everything confirmed, and Christmas it came early for me as well, and that's a massive, as you said, a massive platform, a great card of fighters. I mean, I've boxed most of these lads on the amateur scene, and I'm really excited to see what's in store on the December 6th.
Great opportunity for you, but not going to be easy as well. Michalev's a good fighter, you know, part of the top-ranked stable as well, and of course based out in Monaco, so away from home in every aspect, but still a tough challenge ahead.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't take any opponent lightly, and I know he's boxed at a good level as an amateur on the elite scene, and I'll maybe get some tips here from Pat, because he stopped him, I believe. So while I have him here, I'll get some tips, and hopefully it'll go in my favour.
Well, great fight, McComb against Mcgrail. Johnny, start with you, mate. I mean, back in Monaco, of course, the disappointment of the Dave Allen defeat, the new trainer coming in now, new era for you, looking fantastic as well. We know you were limited to 100 Bosch soldiers this time around, and apparently Prince Albert can't wait for the Bosch soldiers to arrive in Monaco on December the 6th. But a nice way for you to ease back in, and a tough fight against Matovo as well. Not looking at easy options as well, but ready to return to the ring and tick off the box ahead of a massive 2026.
Yep, thanks, Eddie. I'm always grateful to be on Matchroom shows, fighting in Monaco, another great experience. And yeah, we've got 100 elite Bosch soldiers coming over. A few of them are getting...
They have to be elite?
They are elite. Yeah, they're elite.
Are they elite because they're coming to Monaco, or were they elite before?
Well, we've got a couple of elite ones. A couple come to mind. We've got Corporate Cole, who's going to fly into Nice, and he's getting his helicopter driven over, flown over for him, driven over. But yeah, it's exciting times, but the mission stays the same. I've got a win last time out. Not a great performance, not a good night. But I think back to what my dad said to me. He said, Babbage, when we beat Babbage, it was a great night. You think it's going to be the best night of your life. You're going to go on to good things. But it ended up being probably a bad night because of the expectation that came up. Now, Dave Allen was a bad loss. Dave's over there. We went up and done a bit of training with him after, saw Jamie and all them. But out of your worst night, your best night can come. And I really do believe training with Tony now, the fitness that I've gained and the altitude training we're doing, it's gone to a new level, the training and the tactics behind it, and I'm really excited to show people what the real Romford ball can do, and we're going to get back to that style.
Yeah, quick word on that new setup. One thing that Tony is absolutely renowned for is the real, true hard graft, the early morning starts. I see you on the sledge and the triangle runs and all the things they do. And a great camp now. Of course, Daniel Dubois in the setup as well. You said you've been sharing great rounds with him, and a massive night for Conor Benn. A great buzz in that gym.
Brilliant buzz. You've got Conor Benn, you've got Daniel, you've got Lillard, Sains, all hungry fighters. John Ryder as the assistant coach as well. And I've put myself in the environment with born winners, and I think that's going to pay dividends for me, because I have to be on my game to be competing with them boys, and we're going to bring the best out of me, which is what we want to see. We want to entertain people, and that's what I'm going to do. Well,
can't wait to see you back December 6th, and all the elite Bosch soldiers as well will be welcome. Bosch. Pat McCormack, this is the fight. I mean, I think that great performance from you last time out, and listen, Conor Walker not here, but massive respect for him as well, because you are a problem for everybody at 147 pounds. Every time there's an elite prospect coming through, no one really wants to risk their position against him. Conor Walker has done it because he believes he can beat you. But Walker against McCormack, December 6th, exactly the kind of fight that you've been waiting for, and a brilliant fight for the fans.
Yeah, buzzing. This is the fight everyone's been talking about. Even before my last fight, they were mentioning Conor's name, obviously for the British title. So yeah, I'm buzzing. He's a tough fighter, and he's going to bring out the best of me, just like the Mexican did. He said went to another level, and yeah, can't wait. Obviously in Monaco, I've been wanting to box on this card. Every year I've seen it. They've been dying to get out of there, so yeah, I'm buzzing it's over there.
When you talk about these challenges, does it bring another dimension in training camp as well? I think someone who's already had the pedigree that you have and the ability that you have, not that you get bored in the gym, but you know the nights are going to be a little bit easier. Now a domestic fight against a British champion, something you know you've got to train extremely hard for, and the kind of fight that you'll enjoy. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it gives you an extra gear in training camp. You know that's going to be a tough fight, and you're going to be at your best to beat them. Just like my last fight, I went to another level. But I think the better the opponent, the better I'm going to be, and I'm just looking forward to a good performance and getting the win. Well, fantastic fight, Conor Walker against Pat McCormack, and from one great all-British fight to another. This one, when we first made it, it fell through, and everybody was gutted, because this is not just a great British fight, this is a great world fight at 122 pounds as well. Of course, Shabazz Masoud against Peter Mcgrail. You saw Shabazz Masoud in an unbelievable performance, getting the win over Queensbury. Thank you for that. We still thank you so much for that. And of course, Peter Mcgrail as well, a fantastic amateur, one of the best the country's ever produced as well. This is a top-class fight. And again, well done to both of you guys and your teams for taking it. Pete, we'll start for you. Long time coming. You, of course, boxed in between, but this is the fight that you've wanted for a long time. And again, like I said to Pat, just a fantastic domestic match-up with World Championship ramifications.
Yeah, 100% Ed. You know, we had the fight planned and we ended up fighting Baluta, but, you know, it's always it's the fight we've always wanted. And, you know, it's another stepping stone towards a world title, and want some European champion December the 6th. That's hopefully Matchroom can deliver, and we want the world title shot. You saw his victory against Liam Davis. It was a world-class performance, fully aware of the challenge that he possessed. What gives you the belief that you have the tools to beat him on December 6th? Yeah, I just believe I'm a better fighter than Shabazz Masoud, and, you know, not taking nothing away from Shabazz. He's a really good fighter, and it was a great win against Davies, but I'm a completely different fighter, and it's a completely different fight. He hasn't never been in the ring with no one like me, and, you know, I don't think he brings anything to the table that I haven't seen before throughout my career, so, you know, it's down to me to show that on December the 6th. Shabazz, never been in with a ring with anyone like him. Been a long time out for you, coming off the back of that fantastic victory, and of course the injury that followed as well. But this is a world-class fight, no doubt about it, and of course you're aware of the ability of this man as well.
Yeah, he's a very good fighter, and the level I'm at now, I want these kind of fights. I feel like the better the opposition, the better I perform as well. So, taking nothing away from Peter. I believe the best Peter's going to come, but I always believe the best Shabazz is going to beat the best Peter, so yeah. Obviously, when you look at the 122 landscape at the moment, everything wrapped up by Nair Inoue. He fights on December the 27th, but those belts will start to fragment. And although this is a fight between two Brits, this really is a top world level fight that I think the next fight for the victor will take them to a world title shot. Yeah, 100%. We're so close, but like I've always said, one fight at a time, and I'm so focused on this fight, so just need to get the job done now, and yeah, I'm excited.
And the same question for you, for John. I know everybody's had about the same amount of tickets. You all wanted more, but a massive crowd following you out there as well. It's going to be a great atmosphere on Fight Week.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. There's a lot of people who want to come out. If anything, I was trying to hustle a few more tickets, but there's not enough left, so yeah.
Well, we can't wait for that one. Mcgrail against Masoud, a British classic on an unbelievable night in Monaco, December 6th. As we said before, Beatrice Ferreira against Elif Turhan for the IBF world title. Hugo Mickaël against Sean McComb. The return of Johnny Fisher. And 2 British domestic classics. Conor Walker against Pat McCormack and Mcgrail against Masoud as well. We'll see you at the Salle d'Etoile in Monaco, December 6th, of course, as always, live on DAZN.
Well, as Eddie was saying there, Darren, certainly in your time, being in and around the big shows as a broadcaster, the best card you've seen in Monte Carlo?
I would say so, yeah. Been to every single one, and yeah, this one really shines, it does. And these 3 will be looking to do so on the card. I mean, change for Johnny Fisher, as I say, new training team, a team I know well.
Yeah, look forward to seeing the changes in action with Johnny Fisher, who I believe we are going to grab a word with in just a moment. But here is the main event face-off. A few words exchanged there, don't mind that.
I echo what Eddie said. This is 2 world-class operators. It really is. This is 2 exceptional fighters, razor-sharp hands. Their ring IQ, second to none. Fantastic fight.
Yeah, Shabazz Masoud, I believe, ranked 5 in the world with the Ring magazine. There's a certain fighter, Darren, you'll be watching towards the end of the year, and no doubt they'll have an eye on the super fight in the super bantamweight division.
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt, that's what it's all about. Putting yourself in with the best, and as Eddie said, titles may fragment, and that's what it's all about. Look at the big man.
Sliding in there. Barely noticed him, did you? Barely noticed him, Johnny. Great to see you. Just in terms of what you were just saying on the stage there, interesting point that you made about from your toughest night, your best nights can come. Just tell us exactly what you meant by that. Darren, if you can share.
It was my dad who articulated it to me, and it makes sense. I mean, beat Babic, 20, 30-second knockout. Eddie starts talking about linking you with this guy, that guy, getting closer to this, and really, whether you like it or not, subconsciously, you probably get a little bit, you're overlooking people. I probably overlooked the task that was in front of me in Saudi with Dave, and then I got the tactics wrong in the second one, and I had a bad patch. And you gutted after losing that fight. Obviously, you're gutted, but it makes you make changes, and it makes you look at yourself and think, right, how am I going to get better and become a better version of what I'm good at? And it's led me to Tony Sims and that gym of a stable of young, hungry fighters, Dubois, Ben, Liddard, Sains, Craig Richards, and yeah, I'm in a great position now. I think it's going to bring the best out of me.
They train hard down that gym, didn't they? But just quickly, going back to that tough period you had afterwards, do you think that will hold you in good stead? Obviously, it couldn't have been easy to deal with, but obviously that's a box tick now for you.
Yeah, well, I spoke to David A about it last week, and he said when he lost to Carl Thompson, I believe it was, everyone wrote him off. Everyone said you can't do this, do that, and a year later he's a world champion. I'm not saying I'm going to go on to be a world champion, but the best version of me is still yet to be seen. I'm fit and I'm young. I can be explosive, and when I'm on the front foot, that's when I'm on the best game. Because if I don't knock you out on the front foot, at least you're going to be shattered as well, because my work rate is so high. So that's what I've got to be. That's what I've got to do. I've got to stick to my strengths, and I've got to make them better.
And on the Darren was talking about, they train hard down there. He knows all too well what it's like in Tony Sims' camp. But I've heard from the lads that you're quite fast up the hill sprints at 6 in the morning.
I'm pretty good on the hills. I mean, I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it up for with them young boys up. When I've done it with Sains and Liddard on the first couple of weeks, I was doing it, and it was their last ones. They was doing 12, and I was only doing 6, and I thought, oh, this is lovely. Now I'm on the 10s and 12s, and I'm just behind old Craig Richards. So if I can stay a little bit behind him, I know I'm in a good spot. But it's brutal training, but that's what's needed. I think we've done 6 a.m. runs this morning. I'm going to train now. That's how it should be. Before, if I sparred on a Wednesday, the Tuesday's been a bit easier, and you end up not getting. Training camp's got to be hard. It's got to be grueling, because when you get to the fight, all your strength comes back, all of you're primed and ready to go. And I'm excited to show people on December the 6th that the Romford ball and that style, that can be better, that can be improved, but that's my best way, and that's how I've got to box.
Johnny, top man, stay safe, stay healthy.
Cheers.
In the rest
Thanks,
of camp.
lads.
We look forward to seeing the results as well over in Monaco on December the 6th. Great to see you. We're nearly time then to start the second press conference here this afternoon. A big night for the prospects. But can they do it on a Wednesday, December evening at the Indigo? Darren Barker, that is the big question. A good main event as well to look forward to. Giorgio Visioli has looked fairly faultless so far. He's in with Joe Howarth, tough and rugged as well. And in terms of the management and advisors corner, this is Sonny Edwards versus Dave Allen, which I think will be quite entertaining in the build-up as well.
And two step-ups here for both John Hedges and Visioli.
Yeah, a hard fight for John Hedges.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's really good matchmaking, Jamie.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, also on the card, Taylor Bevan, TMA Ayton, Lely Buttigieg, Adam Maka, and the professional debut of Connor Mitchell, son, of course, of Kevin Mitchell, I should say. Sorry, Kevin. OK, without further ado, over to you, Eddie Hearn.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I talked about all these incredible shows coming up on Saturday nights from now until Christmas and beyond. And if you missed that, I'll do it again for you. Ben Eubank this Saturday. Next Saturday, we're in Riyadh, of course, for an incredible night for the ring card with Benavidez against Yard, Bam against Martinez, and so much more. Sam Noakes against Abdullah Mason. Just a wonderful night of boxing in Riyadh. The week after, we're in Birmingham for the return of Ben Whittaker. Then we go to Monte Carlo, the Sal d'Etoile in Monaco, December 6th. December 13th, we're in Stockton, California. December 20th, we're in Ghana. December 27th, we're back in Riyadh for the Night of the Samurai. But a little cheeky Wednesday night special for you at the Indigo O2 for, I guess, what used to be called a next-gen card. We've binned that off because of the quality of our younger generation. You saw it recently with George Liddard in a brilliant fight, of course, with Kieran Conway. Now we do it all over again. The first time headlining in a massive step up for one of the best prospects in the world, Giorgio Visioli, against Joe Howarth. Dave Allen tells me Joe Howarth is a man of few words, but unbelievably, apparently, he's a brilliant singer. So I think you're going to start with a song. No? All right, Joe. No? OK, right. That's definitely not happening. Dave, welcome. I mean, you are turning into... I've got to say, you two, of course, one ex-fighter, maybe, one current fighter, both incredibly passionate about the fighters that you represent. Sonny is definitely not as much of a pain in the arse as you are, who you're still up here telling me about a fighter we've got to try and get on in Birmingham, but you still have a lot to give in your career as well. But, you know, a talk about your role now as a manager, your charge, Joe Howarth, as well. A massive night for him, but also ready and willing to roll the dice for your guys. You appreciate getting the opportunities are difficult, and this is a massive step up, but one you are very confident about as well.
Yeah, I train and manage 11 fighters. Joe's at the very, he's at the front of that, him and the other Joe. We know it's a big step up, but he won the area title, and the next step up is the English title. This is a final eliminator. Obviously, we're boxing Visioli. He was one of the best prospects in the world, but it was the right next step, really. He's been boxing on, matchroom cards, my undercards and stuff, but it was time for him to step up. He's ready. So when this came up, how many opportunities how many chances are you going to get to headline the O2? It's only the Indigo, I keep telling him, but...
You've done the full...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Nice that you give him the confidence, though, and, keep
I'm just saying it's only the Indigo, you know what I mean? But it's not bad. We've all got to start somewhere. But no, I think he's a very good fighter, very, very talented. Obviously come from the white-collar stuff. Giorgio, ABA champion, I think, twice. We know how good he is, but this kid here is just on... there's a few kids that come up now and again from the small or they've been a bit special, and I think he's one of them, so... The chance came, we took it straight away, and we have every confidence we can win it.
Obviously, coming off your defeat recently as well, one thing you were saying, you were on to me straight away, I was doing my nutting, I can't sit home. But your passion for representing the fighters and training them as well is something that's keeping the mind occupied during the downtime as well, and something you're very passionate about.
Yeah, Joe lives with me Monday, Friday. He lives at my house, yeah, so... he gets on well with my kids. They're 3 and 2, and he's, right about the same on the same wavelength. They're going really well. So, yeah, we have a cracking time. My house is full of my boxes, really. They're around all the time, yeah. So I love it, I'm passionate about them. I care about them. They're like me sons, really. I'm not old now. They're like my kids and my little brothers. So I do care about him, yeah, and he's got his chance now, and I think he'll take it.
Well, be careful what sink you use at the Allen household. But we'll be back with you shortly, Joe. Sonny, welcome. Again, a great experience last time out in America. Giorgio looked fantastic as well. Now the step-ups start to increase, not just in the level of opposition, but the magnitude of the event, headlining on DAZN as well. Right fight, right time, right opportunity for your charge.
Yeah, I think he's not put a foot wrong so far in his professional career, to be honest. I think he's been matched against fighters coming to winning records, not just, 0-28 journeyman, which is usually typical for a fighter coming up. But even though he's only really just turned 22, we have so much belief in him. And the last couple of fights, he's gone a distance. But that's kind of been the plan because of how good he is. Giorgio can get the fighters out there. Thank you. And can get the fighters out there so quickly and was cheating himself out of rounds of experience. And as it was getting to the sort of stage in his career, even though a bit young compared to some fighters, but to start going through the levels that we've been talking about, he went over to America, did a professional job on a tough fighter that would probably cause quite a few British prospects a handful of trouble, really, on the night. But going from strength to strength, listening to everything that's been said by his team, Mark Tibbs, he's got more serious with the sort of the nutrition, etc. A couple of fights ago, he was pulling up with a Tesco's carrier bag, and he's just gone and got a little wrap from and some grapes. That he was proper still in an amateur, old school mindset, and he's the Iceman. He really is. He's one of the coolest characters around fighting that I've seen. I'm still trying to work out his vice, Eddie. He's not addicted to anything other than fighting. He don't go out partying. He don't chase girls all around in between each fight. He goes and sees his family in Italy in between and spends time with his closer family in the UK and gets straight back in the gym. He's a pleasure to manage, a pleasure to be around, and a lot of people have taken notice of him already. And if every fighter I work with could prepare and approach boxing as Giorgio does, then boxing management would be easy.
Is this the kind of fights, as we move through the gears and levels of better fighters that are really coming to win? There's no doubt Joe Howarth will be there to try and win this fight. You're going to see the very best Giorgio Visioli.
Yeah, 100%. And I think everything he's done has been well within himself. At no point are we shouting in the corner to get his opponent out there or start doing too much more than he has to. It's all about high probabilities and high percentages. And I think I could count on one hand the half shots in 9 fights that he's been caught with. He hasn't come out of any fights marked up, cut. He's not come out with, hands blown up or anything. He's gone 9-0, 6 knockouts against decent fighters all the way through, and he hasn't really had to get out of second gear. And it's about saving that extra 20% for when a fighter brings it out of you, and maybe Joe will be that fighter. I know he's going to come with a lot of ambition. He comes in good nick. Obviously, he's had a defeat earlier, but in his career. But apart from that, has had a sort of perfect run through, similar to Giorgio. And Dave is who's great for boxing, has a lot of belief in him, and wouldn't be putting him in a ring against a fighter that he knows is as good as Giorgio if he didn't. So we're expecting a tough test. I fully believe in Giorgio. I believe in his athleticism, his conditioning, his IQ, everything really. Very, very spiteful hands, constantly looking for a way to land on a target whilst not really giving you any opportunity to land. I think he's been in absolute control for every second of his professional career so far, and I think if he gets in there on the 17th and does what he has been doing, then it's going to be a very, very decisive victory.
Thanks, Sonny. Joe, welcome. Don't have to sing the song, but a massive opportunity for you, not just to fight on this stage as well, but the press conference, everything that goes with it as well. Your manager there has massive belief in you as well. I know you're aware of the step up that's about to happen on December 17th, but you've had the schooling, you've had the experience and ready for the challenge in front of you.
Yeah, well, let's thank you for this opportunity, Eddie. Giorgio's a good fighter, but we're more than capable of beating him.
Obviously, so far, the one defeat earlier in your career as well, but you've been on a tremendous run as well. What gives you the belief that you can beat someone that's looked as good as Giorgio Visioli?
Having this one in my corner.
So.
And finally, Joe, big crowd coming down with you as well, massive opportunity. How badly do you want to take this chance on December 17th?
Bad.
Thank you, mate. Absolutely blinded. Giorgio, well, there's three questions. Really, yeah. Dave, just a few words on your charge and his first interview replies.
That went so much better than I thought. Oh, I'm so nervous. I was so nervous for it.
I'm more nervous than you.
All the way for the last 4 hours on the way down here. Oh, terrible. Oh, I'm so glad it's over. Well done, son.
Well done, sir. Giorgio, interview technique aside, a quality fighter, someone that is coming with a lot of ambition, a lot of heart, a lot of belief from his team as well. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the opportunity to headline at the Indigo O2. Big night for you, and off the back of that American debut, really ready for this moment.
Yeah, massive night, December 17th. Can't wait. Obviously, thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, Joe's a very good opponent. You know, I don't overlook Joe at all. Great record. Got only one loss on his record. So yeah, I train hard for every fight. You know, I don't overlook no opponent. I just believe I'm going to be a future world champion. So for me, this is no disrespect. This is a stepping stone for where I want to get to, and push on for titles in 2026.
Obviously, early on, you were boxing all over the country, obviously Ireland as well, looking spectacular. But the last sort of 6 months, things have just nicely gone through the gears. Of course, as I said, the American debut, now headlining. Get through this on December 17th and looking at those big domestic titles. No disrespect to the English title. I know you've got your eyes on British, Commonwealth, European, and obviously beyond as well.
Yeah, exactly that, and that's the plan for next year. Obviously, no looking over Joe at all. Like I said before, I train for every fight. Like it's a world title fight, and yeah, last 6 months has worked out perfectly. Social media gone through the roof, and yeah, it's more than what I could have asked for. It's gone pro, you know. I'm not the biggest of talkers, but my boxing does the talking in the ring, and yeah, it's shown.
Well, two tremendous young fighters, a great main event, December 17th at the Indigo O2, and a brilliant card as well. John Hedges against Michael Zorro, tremendous fight. Taylor Bevan, Tier 8 and Laylee Buttigieg. Of course, the professional debut of Conor Mitchell as well. Adam Macker. It's an absolutely stacked night. I think tickets are virtually gone already for a bumper finish to the year. We're going to face these guys off before our final press conference. Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from two very experienced individuals, either side of their respective protégés. Sonny Edwards with Giorgio Visioli, and of course Dave Allen with Joe Howarth. Giorgio Visioli, one of Eddie's best prospects, 9-0, fresh off victory on his American debut last month. Headlines for the first time against Joe Howarth. 14-1, featured on Matchroom cards recently, and impressed too. What is there to like, Darren Barker, about this matchup?
Well, the talent and the youth of Giorgio Visioli, the slight experience for Howarth, who really believes in himself, as does Dave Allen. So, look, you've heard it there, Giorgio Visioli believes he's going to be a future world champion. Well, if you're Joe Howarth, you've got an opportunity to rip up that script and make a real name for yourself.
Yep, going to be a busy night. On a Wednesday, December the 17th, that's a new experience. And that English title fight is a great fight as well. John Hedges against Ellis Zorro. And it seems that Eddie's talked about maybe the winner of that one facing Pat Brown.
And do you know what? There's just pot of goals, isn't there, for all of these fights on these cards, for the winner to push on and be involved in big fights, bigger fights than the fight at hand. So, yeah, it's really exciting. That John Hedges fight, Ellis Zorro, we've seen how capable Zorro can be. Hedges looking good. Yeah, I like that one. I like the card, I really do. It's always nice to be showcasing the tier beneath the big guys. Do you know what I mean? They've all got aspirations to go on and be world champions, but it's good for them to have the platform to showcase their skills.
How excited are you for the professional debut of Conor Mitchell?
I am. I've seen him in the Haringey Box Cup. He's similar to his dad. He's all action, big puncher. He's in your face. There's a lot of smart IQ and education behind his aggression, and definitely one to watch in the future. I mean, the fan base that Kev Mitchell had have been crying out for someone else, and there's their man.
Yeah, and in terms of the other fighters on the card as well, like you say, great experience. I guess also operating higher up the card. Great to get used to boxing a little bit later on in the evening, having a taste of the bigger dressing room. All of that's so important, isn't it?
Oh, it is. I remember being on the undercard and asking Lee Migo, who's top of the bill, on one of my shows, and I was saying to him, how do you deal with the pressure? How do you deal with the pressure of being top of the bill? And he said, you know, it's that progression. And these platforms, these shows really help. You know, it bridges the gap, it eases it ever so slightly, and it's so important. I tell you now, you know, going into big fights, alien, I'm not sure about how to deal with certain situations can be the difference. So yeah, it's a brilliant opportunity for all of these.
You know what I said there? Look, this card's on a Wednesday, and on the Thursday morning we're on the plane to Accra, Ghana. And I mean, this is going to be a very special experience, I must say. We're just fight fans, really. Well, Darren was a fighter back in the day. But let's have a little look of what is coming your way then. December the 20th from Ghana. An all-London showdown in the main event. Great time to be a light heavyweight domestically. Craig Richards faces Dan Azeez. It's a big African celebration as well. Plenty of action to look forward to on the undercard, and also Nishant Dev will be in action as well as Eddie's latest heavyweight hope, young Leo Atang. Okay, without further ado then, the third and final press conference here this afternoon. Over to you, promoter Eddie Hearn.
Well, thanks everyone. The final part of our three-stage press conference today, and one that I'm so excited about. Welcome to everybody on the stage, Adi Joshua, Fadia, Dan Azeez, Leo Atang, Craig Richards, for the announcement, of course, with Legacy Rise and 258 of our first ever event in Africa. We're expecting 17,000 people in Accra, Ghana, for a night that I cannot wait for. I've seen what these guys have been doing. I've seen what's been happening to boxing in Ghana and in the whole of Africa, and I just can't wait to feel the energy and the moment. And you guys are so lucky to be headlining, of course, and Leo Atang will come on to you shortly, and Nishant Dev, another star that we have that's going to be fighting on the card as well. It's just a wonderful occasion as our global domination continues in the world of boxing. Ade, let's start with you as well. Thanks to you and everybody at 258. It's been a fast move for us. We know we've talked about the potential of AJ fighting in Ghana early next year, but an opportunity for a big show this year and already for December 20th in Ghana.
Thank you for having me. Afternoon, everyone. Do you know what? This is so surreal. From where we was about 4 months ago, just going to Ghana, you know, to see what boxing was like out there, seeing the show, to actually fast forwarding and putting on our own show out there. For me, it's amazing to see, because I believe Africa's always been a hub for boxing, you know, specifically Ghana as well. Your Zuma Nelsons, Ike Corte, you know, it's produced a lot of world champions. And I'm just excited that Africa gets the opportunity, you know, to come to the forefront of boxing. As you mentioned, AJ, he's transcended the sport, and he's obviously of dual heritage. You know, being a Nigerian man myself, apologies, and working with our neighbours. I know there's always a rivalry, but this ain't no rivalry. This is working hand in hand to bring boxing to the forefront and showing the world what Africa's got to offer.
Last time out, I know AJ went, and like I just remember looking back at the scenes thinking, we have to be involved with that. The energy, just the excitement among the people, obviously a special place as well, and a deep heritage, like you said, for the sport of boxing.
Yeah, no, it was amazing, honestly. The love that we were showing in Ghana from the minute that we touched down was just, it was so surreal. It's a credit to the Legacy guys, what they're doing for African boxing. I think African boxing on the whole is on a rise. You know, there's great stuff going on in Nigeria. There's great stuff happening in Ghana, South Africa, Zimbabwe. So yeah, so it's just amazing. I'm so excited for everyone to see, you know, what we're able to put on together. And you know, I want to give a big thank you to Matchroom as well, because things like this wouldn't be possible without the foundation that's been laid. And you know, it's important to work with the right people, but also like-minded people. And I think Matchroom's vision for African boxing aligns with ours as well. So yeah.
Thank you. Fadia, Legacy Rise, thank you so much for the partnership as well. I've been seeing everybody, you know, travelling out to Accra, not just the boxing, but, you know, I think David Alorca here has been, like, plugging it for years and years. And it looks very, very special out there. Of course, the country's changing, and we can't wait to be there as well. And a big moment again on December 20th.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Thank you for having us. And my name is Fadias, also known as TH. I'm the head of boxing at Legacy Rise Sports. Unfortunately, our CEO couldn't make it today, so I'm here to replace him. Eddie, like you said earlier, the energy in Ghana and Africa is different. So we've come on board, you know, to add a different element to what, you know, people see around the world. And to partner with yourself and Matchroom 258 to make this happen is surreal. Like, our last event in June went amazing. We partnered with Amir Khan, and we made a great show happen. And obviously, that's why we're here today. So thank you for having us, man. Ghana's always been championing boxing. From a long time ago. We've had multiple world champions, 10 to be precise. We're looking for our 11th, and, you know, a platform like DAZN, partnering with Matchroom 258 are things that are going to make it happen again. So I appreciate you guys. And we've got a big main event on the day, Craig Richards versus Dan Azeez, and 2 British champions fighting in Accra. I mean, you couldn't write that script, so I appreciate you guys, man. Look forward to a great night of boxing on the 20th.
Thank you, Thaddeus, and thank you, Legacy Rise and 258 as well. Leo Atang, one of our young charges fighting on this card. I mean, Nishant Dev as well, we talked about, will be there. And this is just an amazing opportunity, Leo, as well. I mean, people, you know, I know it's a big shout and people talk about you as potentially the man to fill the boots of Anthony Joshua, but to go out and fight in Africa so early in your career, something that actually he hasn't done yet and he's wanted to do his whole career, you're doing it right at the start. What an opportunity for you, December 20th. Yeah,
I just want to say a massive thank you for the opportunity. I'm really excited to go out there. It's a new country, new continent. Everything about it is exciting, and like you said over there, that they get very excited about boxing. So I'm excited to box in front of a new crowd.
Obviously, for you coming through in the heavyweight ranks as well, a slight niggle to the hand, now back in action as well. It's kind of like just worked out perfectly, this whole experience for you. Maybe if you didn't have the injury, you would have fought slightly early, would have missed December, but everything worked perfectly to just enjoy an incredible experience in Ghana.
Don't get me wrong, I'd definitely rather not have the hand injury, but it's worked out. I'm here. I've been working behind the scenes, doing everything I can, making the best of like a bad situation. But you know, I've been keeping fit, keeping strong, and I can't wait to just be back in there and get the show back on the road.
Obviously, for you, it's about the ring time and getting time in the ring, but the whole experience of travelling, 17,000 expected in Accra on December 20th. Great experience for you as we kind of mould you into that future heavyweight star.
Yeah, not like going in the deep end, but it'll be a good some buzz. I'm excited, big crowd, lots of smiling, and get the job done.
Can't wait to see you experience what we're all about to experience on December 20th. As Fadi said, a brilliant main event. This is actually a fight that probably should have happened previously, but I'm so happy that it's happening as main event and happening on a show like this, because these two have been tremendous servants to the sport of boxing. It's a massive fight for their careers. It's the fight that could take them on to the next level of the big domestic fights against those world-class names as well. And for the loser, it could be time to walk away from the sport. Massive pressure for both on December 20th. Dan, we'll start with you as well. I know how happy you are to be headlining this card as well. I know you guys have respect for each other as well, but what an opportunity for both of you to make history on December 20th.
Yeah, I'm really pleased and glad to fight out in Ghana. Like, it's not just a celebration of our heritage, but it's two South London boys, you know, that have been British champions. You know, we sparred together, we came up as amateurs, you know, he won the British, I've won the British, and we're taking our rivalry back to the motherland. Like, it's a big thing, and it marks a monumental point in our careers. Like you said, the winner goes on to bigger and better things, and the loser, potentially, it could be quits. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and to be main stage in Ghana. I heard the show last time, like, the atmosphere was crazy. I just got back from boxing in Nigeria. It was crazy. I'm expecting 10 times more. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Obviously, both of you have headlined the O2. You've been part of the massive fights as well. Should be a great clash of styles. We know you always come to fight. You love to apply that pressure. Craig is a very exciting fighter, can punch as well. Should be a great clash of styles.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like you said, I like to press, you know, make the action. But yeah, Craig, he likes to mix it up as well. So I think it will be a great fight. Definitely shouldn't be a bore fest for sure.
Spider, welcome. I know we've been looking for a big fight after that great performance from you last time out. You went over to Belfast. You got the big win against Paddy McCrory. You're going Belfast to Ghana, like I say, via South London as well. just a brilliant moment for both you guys. Both been tremendous servants of the sport. Both still got a lot to give in the division, but an absolute must win on December 20th. And what a night to do it headlining in Ghana.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I'm really looking forward to this. First of all, I'd like to thank yourself and thank Frank Smith for delivering this opportunity. You know, you've delivered a lot of good opportunities for me, and every time I think that's it, you think of one more for me to tick on my bucket list. So it's great. And to go and headline in Ghana in a stadium, it's unreal. And against a good, solid competitor, Dan Azeez, you know, as we've seen, there's loads of times we're offering people fights. They're trying to go left, they're trying to go right, and we find it hard. But we knew, when I heard Dan Azeez's name, I know he's like myself, he's a fighting man, and I knew he was going to take the opportunity. And as you said, both been British champion, both from South London, both know each other well. Even we got the local barber in Lewisham's got me and his picture next to each other. Like, it just shows
why did you go and put your picture in my... You went and put his picture in my barber. He doesn't even cut his hair. Like. But you're not a boxer, though. You're not a boxer.
I was going there from young, but
That
you
the bub
know,
over there?
it just shows how close this fight is in terms of rivalry. South London, how close we are in that sense, and this opportunity is something I want to take with two hands. I've got big aspirations to push on in this sport, and I think like getting a good win against a good, solid competitor like Dan Azeez out in Ghana really will push me on to big things. So I'm locked in. I'm really excited for this. Yeah.
It's mad when you look back of, you know, all the fights we've been involved with you. I remember sitting in a hotel with you in Belfast, talking you into fighting Frank Buglioni on a week's notice on the AJ card. Then you talk about headlining against Joshua Boazzi. You fought Dimitri Bivol behind closed doors during the pandemic and lost like 115, 113. You fought in the 5v5. Thanks, Craig. Won't mention that one. But,
I still got PTSD.
Cheers. Thanks for that one. But then came back. You were co-main event in Belfast. Now you're headlining in front of 17. It's been an unbelievable journey. And this is really, we say it a lot, but this is absolute must win.
Yeah, it's been surreal. And I feel like now I've come in full circle. Back in the Matchroom gym working hard, and I feel like I'm coming into myself again, and I feel like this is a great platform to go and execute what I'm about, go and win and push on to big things.
Well, thank you so much, you two. Two great fighters, two great guys. South London rivalry in Accra, December 20th. I cannot wait. 17,000 people expected for a wild night live on DAZN. Nishant Dev, of course, Leo Atang, so much more on the card. Thank you to Legacy Rise, 258, everybody for the opportunity. These are the nights that we love and we live for, to be part of boxing worldwide and to see the energy of the people. And to all those people, we'll see you for a great show December 20th. We're going to face off the guys before we head to Eubank Ben Fight Week. Thank you very much for everything today.
Well, that was fun. Darren, when you look at that main event, Craig Bin, the nearly man, admittedly from himself, at times pushed Bivol close, pushed Joshua Boazzi close, but at times he's just admitted he's not been able to let the shots go in the way he's wanted to under the lights. Certainly felt that against Willie Hutchinson last year. But a great undercard to look forward to as well. Special experience for Leo Atang, as I mentioned. Nishant Dev will also be in action on the card. But back to this one, the main event. Can you understand why Craig has felt a little bit frustrated? Because he's nearly secured some huge wins in his journey, but just fell short at the final hurdle.
Yeah, look, do you know what? It's what you take away from those defeats, and he's saying all the right things there, training hard in the gym, improving all the time. This man here, Dan Azeez, is a real throwback. He really is, and I like the respect that they've got between each other. And look, it is as simple as this. The winner really pushes on and puts their name amongst some really good fighters and could have the opportunity to challenge for some big things. The loser will struggle to come back, let's be honest. The opportunity is so great, it really is, and a real buzz to be involved in it, Jamie. And I've got to say, I can't wait to find your barbers and put my picture next to yours.
I'm actually on a barber's in East Ham.
Are you really? Well, I'm going to find it. Tell me the name.
You in one?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Steve Barber's in Barnet.
In Barnet?
Barnet, exactly, yeah.
Oh, dear, how bad was that? OK, joined now by promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, firstly, I mean, a humongous week, goes without saying. So is that, I imagine, why this was probably the perfect time to launch these three press conferences?
Yeah, I mean, I think I got off the plane this morning from the Dalton Smith presser, and they were like, don't forget, we've got 3 press conferences before the Eubank Ben stuff. And obviously just realised the schedule that awaits us. I've never seen an end to the year like it. Of course, Saturday it's the monster fight, Ben Eubank rematch. Next week, Riyadh, Ben Whittaker returns, Monte Carlo, Stockton in California, and of course Ghana now on the 27th, the 17th for Cheeky Wednesday as well, slotted in the middle, and then a night at the Samurai, December 27th. So Christmas is cancelled. I'm sorry Dale, sorry Jamie, you know, that's just how it is, and you know, we're looking forward to a brilliant close year. I can't wait to be out in Ghana for that. I think it's going to be 17,000 people. I watched it last time, and I was like, what is going on? Like, AJ's up banging the ring, the whole place is going nuts, and it's so good to go to new places. We like going to new cities in the UK. This is just a completely different environment, new country, and an energy for boxing that, you know, and you talk about the champions. I mean, Azuma Nelson's one of my greatest favourite fighters. Like quality, you know, so many tremendous fighters from Ghana in the past, and I think Africa's got a chance to do something really special.
What a brilliant top of the bill that is as well, because I think you said it there, it's a must-win.
Yeah.
You know, where does the loser go? But the winner puts himself in a bracket, in a frame with some really good fighters and some massive fighters.
You know what, as well, they're 2 great guys.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's mad when I sit back and think of all the things that Craig Richards has done in his career. You know, and I do remember, like, he had a 6-round warm-up. and Frank Buglioni's opponent fell through for the British title on the AJ card. And I sat with Peter Sims and Craig Richards, and I'm like, you need to fight Frank Buglioni next week. There's a load of money on the table. You may, at the time, he didn't really have any opportunities, and he rolled the dice at a week's notice. And it was actually that opportunity that set up what was to come, because before that he was just kind of like, not a small hall fighter, but no one was looking at him as a contender. Then from there, you know, he got some decent wins. He fought Dimitri Bivol for the world title, gave him a great fight. Fought Boazzi in a Fight of the Year contender at the O2 headline, beat Paddy McCrory in Belfast,
Looked good.
Willie Hutchinson, you know, on the 5v5, and now this. So I'm really pleased for Craig. He's a really nice guy, but it's a real 50-50 matchup and a must-win fight.
Nice for you to take young Leo Atang. I know you're a big fan of his, but this is a special experience.
You know, things just work out sometimes, and this is something that has worked out so well for Leo Atang. Like the opportunity to go and fight in Ghana in Africa in your third fight. You know, all the things that people, I know that sometimes we use he's the next AJ and all this kind of stuff, and I truly believe he's a future world heavyweight champion. But to tick this off, you know, tick this box at such an early stage. I mean, AJ has always wanted to fight in Africa. He's never done it. Leo's doing it in his third fight. And this is the kind of development that we can offer fighters that no one else can. The value of getting on that plane, going and walking out in front of 17,000 people, meeting the fans, being around that energy, that's such great opportunity for a fighter's development. And, you know, Nishant Dev as well. You know, our Indian sensation, he's fighting over there as well. Just so many fighters on the card. 258 have done an amazing job. Can't wait.
What does 2026 look like for Leo Atang?
Just activity. I mean, we have to remember how young he is.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's so much more than just getting in the ring and blowing people away. At this stage in your career, when you're so young, there will be a lot of first and second round knockouts, but it's the things that come with it. Sparring is so important. You know, and he does that. He's, you know, shares rounds with some really good heavyweights, not just heavyweights. Pat Brown, you know, Dave Allen, so many more as well. Get him down sparring, Dubois, Johnny Fisher, you know, all those guys. I think they're the rounds that are going to really improve him. But it's the moment. It's being out in the bright lights. And, you know, you saw him in the first fight. He was so nervous. He was like coming out. And I thought in his second fight there was just a little bit more maturity already to his work.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't just like just letting your hands go. The shot selection was better. He just looked cooler.
Yeah.
And it's a long way to go. He's a young man. I mean, he's I say boy, but he really, you know, but you don't often see that kind of athleticism from a heavyweight. And he's carved out of stone. He speaks so well. He's got a great smile, and he can really fight. And I believe he's one of those guys that's going to really be around for a long time at the top of the world heavyweight scene.
December 17th at the Indigo. You spoke recently, Eddie. You look back to the night at York Hall, giving your young fighters the opportunity to headline and have this type of experience. What do you make of the main event?
Yeah, I don't really want to call it next gen anymore, because like these fighters now getting the opportunity, like Liddard, for example, was an opportunity of a young fighter to step up. That's not next gen. George Liddard is one of the best prospects in the world. Now he's British and Commonwealth champion. And I feel the same about Visioli. So the opportunity to headline, I mean, look at Visioli. We talk about fighter developments. He's just come fresh off fighting in Philadelphia on the boot tennis card in front of 10,000. Now he's headlining on DAZN at the Indigo. I mean, that's called development. I love the fight with Joe Howarth because he's a super tough kid and very, very talented. And if you're not quite the real deal and you're not quite ready, he's the kind of guy that's going to find you out. I've got to be honest, I think Visioli is absolutely the real deal. And these are the kind of fights, actually, where you're going to see the very best of him against a good, young, game fighter that's coming to win. And, you know, probably Joe Howarth's bravery and his keenness and his desire might be his undoing in this fight against someone that is so sharp, fantastic counter-puncher and has the skill of Giorgio Visioli.
Talking about stars coming through, I know you're also a big fan of Patrick Bomber Brown.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to say...
That goes without saying, but the fans don't care.
I also noticed that you went to a wedding the other day of Josh Wright. Congratulations, Josh Wright, just got married as well. And I looked at the group photo, and you were the only one in the photo wearing sunglasses.
So it was sunny.
Well,
do you want to know something else?
I just felt that was a sign of the times.
I left at 8 p.m. and I was in bed at 10:15.
Wow.
But you got that drunk?
Still with your sunglasses on? Or?
Yeah. The other desk, I put an apple on it. But in terms of young fighters coming through, Pat Brown, I know you're a huge fan of him. When you look at the chief support on the Indigo show, John Hedges against Ellis Soro, English Cruiserweight title, is that a roadmap for Pat Brown?
It's a natural fight. I've got to be honest with you. I don't think people are going to be queuing up to fight Pat Brown. But I think he's a dangerous, dangerous man. he's one of those guys that you look at and you think, I couldn't think of anything worse than having to share a ring with him. And I don't even fight. I think even fighters look at Pat. He's just horrible. You know why? Because he's very good. Technically, he has great IQ, but he hits so hard. And when he has you hurt or stunned, he just comes in. And do you know the worst thing for the cruiserweight division? I think he's got a granite chin as well, which is a real problem for them. So Hedges Zorro is a brilliant, brilliant fight. I hope that the winner will want to test themselves against Pat Brown. It's going to be hard to get him in those kind of fights, but a great performance again in Orlando. And again, another opportunity in terms of development for these fighters. Pat's just gone out and fought in Orlando for the first time, and happy birthday for yesterday as well.
Got time for a couple of quick final ones, Eddie. Monte Carlo, what a card as well. This is from top to bottom, really.
Sometimes cards just come together. You sit there and you're like planning it. Tom Dallas, you know, he does a great job for us. He's putting all, you know, these are the fights that are around, and then you get a bit carried away. Even like Frank Smith, who's the tightest man going when it comes to building a card, I just go, yeah, put it on. And Frank's like, oh, we can't do that. It costs too much money. He got carried away, right? Like a good example is Beatrice Ferreira against Elif Turhan, right? So we were looking at opponents for Beatrice, and they were decent fights. Frank Smith turned around and goes, what about we just pay up for Elif Turhan's fight? I go, are you feeling all right? I mean, but this is what we want to see. I mean, look at that card in Monte Carlo. Mcgrail against Masoud. Conor Walker against Pat McCormack. Johnny Fisher on the card as well. Even Sean McComb against Hugo Micallef, tremendous fight. And Elif Turhan against Beatrice Ferreira. That is such a great night of boxing.
Quick one on Walker McCormack. Will the British title not be on the line?
No, the board would not allow the British title to be on the line because it was taking place outside of the jurisdiction, which was a little bit disappointing.
Is that a shame?
Considering they allowed it to be on the line for the Wardley Clark fight in Saudi Arabia. That's all.
Is it vacant European?
Yes.
Is that a vacant title?
Yes,
right,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So, listen, for me, that European title is for Mcgrail and Masoud, but for McCormack against Walker, for me, like, I love the fact, again, like Pat Brown, a lot of people will look at Pat McCormack and go, don't really want to fight him. Still only had a handful of fights. Conor Walker, he's the guy that goes, yeah, absolutely.
He really fancies
but you should, you know, with what he's achieved and with the experience that he's got and the ring craft that he's got now, you would fancy it because you will be thinking, I'm going to get to him. Now, the only thing we don't know about Pat McCormack is what he's like when someone does get to him. Very good fighter, skilled fighter, world-class fighter. But these are the kind of fights where you really find out, and I love it.
Well, so much to look forward to at the back end of the year, and so much to look forward to, of course, this weekend. Let's show you a couple of pictures from last night. The first face-off. Part 2, brought to you by The Ring. Unfinished business. I think Conor here was talking about the Rolls Royce that he's very grateful that Chris Eubank Jr. missed weight for, because that's what he purchased with that weight penalty, was a Rolls Royce. He's talking about his toenails, but we're here for the fun and games, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Chris Eubank Jr. is picking on Conor Benn. Look at the size difference. I mean, that big middleweight picking on a little welterweight. I mean, that's unbelievable. But I think that I really like what I see from Conor Benn. I think when we look back at the first fight, which was tremendous, and both guys deserve so much respect because they were tough as nails in that fight, Conor was still like very emotional in terms of everything that had happened. Of course, the inactivity out of the ring. And when I look at who would have learned most from that experience, it's Conor Benn by a million miles. You know, the question marks now, I guess, for Eubank are, what does he have left in the tank? That fight takes a lot out of both guys, but not as much out of a guy that's never had a fight like that and never really been in a fight like that. You can never underestimate the stubbornness of Chris Eubank, and you know that he would have trained very, very hard for this fight as well. How will he make the weight? He looks very lean. He looks, I think, leaner at this point than last time. But it's always going to be a struggle as Friday approaches. It is his weight. It's his championship weight. I just think that Conor Benn is going to really produce the right performance on Saturday night, get the game plan right, because the game plan was non-existent last time. Don't get me wrong, it was unbelievable to watch, but by his own admissions and by Tony Sims' admission, he was, and I think, quote from Tony Sims, terrible last time out. Showed heart, showed everything that you want to see as a fight fan, but technically and in terms of the game plan, miles off the pace. And he won't be off the pace this time. He'd never had a fight like that. He'd never had an experience like that. Obviously, he'd never fought a middleweight before. He'd been out of the ring for a year and a half. Everything that had gone on. He'll be in such a better place this time around. But I think Eubank will be better prepared because he'll know what he's in for. And that's another war. It's another night in the trenches. And like I said, he's stubborn. He'll come to fight. He won't quit. He ain't got no quit in him. For all his faults, one thing's for sure, he ain't got no quit in him. He's a tough man. But Conor Benn, he's razor sharp, dialed in to get it right on Saturday night. I truly believe he will win this fight.
Round 13.
Do you know what I was just about to say? Round 13, Darren.
Well, you banked Ben 4. You know what I mean?
History books, of course. But part 2.
Anything else? Anyone got any others? Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay. Will history repeat itself? Will we see a draw?
Yeah.
A trilogy. Well, Conor half ruled out a trilogy.
Repeat or revenge? Listen, Conor Benn wants to come and win a world title at 147. That's not going to be easy, by the way, to go back to 47. I mean, you'll see from the pictures, and you'll see on the night, his shape has changed now because of the weight and actually building into the middleweight division, but he's not a middleweight. I mean, he may end up, he says he'll come back to 47, maybe 54, but...
Van Heerden the last time.
Yeah.
To April 2022.
When he made 147, yeah.
Long time ago. Long time ago. Well, anyway, all the build-up... all the build-up to what promises to be another special night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is all live exclusively on your global home of boxing right here on DAZN. Of course, join us from 6 p.m. for the grand arrivals from myself, Jamie Ward, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker. We'll see you tonight.
Live only on DAZN, November 15th. Eubank Jr. versus Ben 2. Their first clash was a modern classic, a fight of the year contender that gripped the world. And now it's the rematch. Chris Eubank Jr. looks to close the case once and for all. Conor Benn comes for revenge. The greatest families in boxing go to war once more. Eubank Jr. versus Ben 2, November 15th. Watch only on DAZN.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh my! Oh baby! All the way down the runway for a big time throwdown.
Oh, that's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Well, that's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action, we'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Well, that's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action, we'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
It's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that. The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
It's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that. The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Not as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Shelly.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Shelly.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that. The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Start as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score!
In the back of the net.
And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh my! Oh baby! All the way down the runway for a big time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that. The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Start as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net.
And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh my! Oh baby! All the way down the runway for a big time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that. The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh my! Oh baby! All the way down the runway for a big time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that. The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.